Hey guys, Dave here from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with the crew.
I'm Ted.
I'm Nate.
And today we have a non-viewer request from my son, who wants us to D&Dize one of the X-Men, in this case, Nightcrawler.
I love Nightcrawler. I've been a big fan of him, for many, many years. Way back in the day, I actually used to read the X comics, and the place that I used to shop for comics. And the one day, the guy Scott, who I would always see, is like, "Oh, did you hear about this series?" And there was like the Nightcrawler had like a four-part miniseries. It was his own comic, utterly silly, utterly ridiculous. But I had it because I liked Nightcrawler.
You should do a reading. Read that series right on the internet.
Yeah. Let's have a live reading coming up. Because I haven't read them, so
yeah. So read it to us, Ted. Right now, we're not going to D&Dize this character. Ted's going to read to us all.
Yeah, because I can just bamf and have the books appear, right?
Yeah. So there's been a little bit of side discussion on this one about the race, and like Tiefling seems obvious.
That's where I would go in a heartbeat. You've got the odd skin color, you've got the tail, and it's solid,
And I was thinking the lad from the DMG, so
because they get Misty Step.
And they got the pointed ears. You can kind of make them a little off.
So is he a sorcerer and he cast wild magic and turn blue?
Yeah, why not?
That would work, except for I don't see him being a
spellcaster.
Well, what if he had one level of chaos magic? And he just never uses it again.
Well, there's the top, there's 50 things. They're just the suggestions for wild magic. So what if the other wild magic things turn somebody else next to you blue?
Yeah.
And that's how it happened.
Oh, okay.
And give you a tail.
Except for
three-fingered, three...
yeah, well, 3 fingers on a hand.
Yeah.
3 digits.
3 digits per hand.
So what if we take the Eladrin, and clearly Dex works with this character really well. So what if we make him like a mutant Eladrin, right? Say he was born deformed.
Okay.
And so that gives us Misty Step once per short rest.
Okay.
So we got one Banff under
a little short of infinity, but
a short bath.
Yeah.
And then I see possibly levels of Warlock and levels of Battlemaster.
I would say Warlock if you can get Blink and if you can get
Teleport.
Like teleportation and things like that.
Well, you'd be able to get all the movement spells, but you'd get access to more Misty Step.
Yeah, okay, Misty Step, Blink, those kind of things I feel like would be...
Because, you're going to get 2 castings, right? And you're an Eladrin, so that's 3 times. It's a second level spell, so I believe you'd have to take Warlock to at least level 3.
Okay, to get the Misty Steps.
To get the Misty Steps.
It's Blink's a 3rd level spell, so if you wanted to go and get that, it's like snatch that power as well, and that would be higher level.
Warlocks don't get Blink.
Not even as a one of their packed spells.
What level's teleport?
5th, I think.
Yeah, teleport's really high.
Yeah, no, they're not. Teleport's not there for Warlock either.
All right, Misty Step.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking is Misty. And not only that, though, Nightcrawler's teleport's very specific. He can teleport to a location he can see. That's generally what he does.
Most of the time, yes. There are times that he honestly does bamf across the world.
But it's always dangerous for him, so he doesn't like to do that.
Teleportation is still dangerous in this edition if you're not absolutely familiar with the
area. So I don't know. Also, high level Eldritch Knights gives you the teleport charge as well. But I definitely see him more as like...
Is that a once per day thing, or?
I'm not sure if it's once per day or if it's once per short rest. I think it's actually attached to their action surge.
Okay.
But it's pretty high level.
Yeah.
And also, it's still a little too spellcastery.
Yeah.
I think. I'm thinking just a couple levels of Warlock and then like Battlemaster.
So I think instead of Battlemaster, I see this guy as very roguey. He's very, very acrobatic, very, flip around. You know, he while he is a fencer, like he does not evoke the bastion fighter style that I see as the term battle master.
Well, yeah, but like if you made a battle master and he was a duelist, he would look completely different. You're not slathering on armor. You're not.
What about rogue levels and taking the maneuver feat? That gives you the battle master.
You could do that.
I mean, especially if it's just like one or two abilities that you're thinking that you're going to take out of that, then maybe we could.
And I'm also
because he does trip and disarm fairly often as his thing. Occasionally a knockover.
But I'm also liking the idea of giving him the Mariner fighting style so he can have a climb speed.
That's not a bad one.
Because he's a wall crawler.
Absolutely.
Do monks don't get any kind of teleport jumping thing, do they?
No, not.
They get jumping, but
well, actually, wait a minute. You might be on to something. The way of the shadow can shadow step.
All right.
I mean, it wouldn't be they can jump in and out of the shadows.
Oh, that could be really useful. I was thinking monk open fist because of the. Because of all the shoving and all that stuff, tripping that they can do, the combat stuff that they can do right to people, but shadow stepping would be way cooler and more in theme.
I think so, and he kind of does a thing where
up to 60 feet. That's pretty decent amount of distance.
Is it any particular amount of times?
That one is unlimited.
You gain the ability to step from one shadow into another. It does not say a limitation.
Well, and what level is that?
6th.
Okay.
Oh, well.
So
I think we got to do that.
That's done. 6 levels of monk.
And he does spend time at a monastery.
Oh.
I have seen him in monk robes. Or acolyte robes, however you
with
want
your
to
very eyes.
Ted was there.
Yes, I've seen the fictional character with my own eyes.
No.
In the
I mean,
comics,
in the
so
comics. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, Ted. I'm not saying you're crazy.
We're not
I'm saying you're crazy.
crazy.
Now I'm saying you're crazy.
All right, so we could go 6 levels of monk. 2 levels, or no, he needs 3 levels of warlock.
Okay, so you can get the Misty Steps.
So he can Misty Step. And and then you could always like throw some other things in there just to seem thematic, like although it's such a waste of a spell like True Strike. But you spend around True Striking, and then you either Misty Step or Shadow Leap.
Shadow Leap into
and then
somebody.
punch somebody in the kidney.
Boom.
Yeah, I am digging the monk warlock. I think that definitely seems so much more solid.
Do we want to give him a couple levels of rogue swashbuckler?
Are you saying he was he did fence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that about
him.
He's very swashbuckler-y in
yes.
a lot of his stuff.
He's actually had the the hat and the rapier and the whole.
Oh, I definitely missed that.
Yeah.
Well, then I would say give him swashbuckler levels,
and he's always kind of like suave and trying to hit on the ladies.
and that'll give him an
And
actual.
they're like, "You're blue and furry, dude. I don't care how much charisma you have."
I don't think he's furry. He's not beast.
He's not furry like Beast, but he does have some hair.
Yeah, it's more like short-haired dog than a
Yeah,
than a
shaggy
wild
dog.
husky or something. So give him swashbuckler levels. Because I was kind of like, he's still just going to be punching people and kicking people. It's not really the level of damage I would think from somebody who teleports out of nowhere and attacks you.
Well, it's
what he does.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's more impactful. It's like he's practically sneak attacking them, except they don't say, he doesn't shout it out when he does the attack. It's not an anime.
If you've got rogue and fists, you're going to be able to pump some D6s into people.
Are your fists? Your fists are finesse weapons?
You know what? They're not.
No, for him they are.
It just happened.
His DM approved it.
Yeah.
So what? He slaps on.
I have to double check it and
knuckles?
see it for myself. But this discussion's been going on in in one of the comment threads on one of the videos.
For Nightcrawler?
No, for finesse.
For unarmed attack and finesse.
Yeah. So
I don't
okay.
know how much more dexterous you can get than your
Straight
own
to your
freaking
hands.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that where the root of the word comes from? You know.
Dexterity.
Yeah. I wonder how much dexterity in my hands. Oh, like the ability to use your freaking hands.
So we got 2 levels of Warlock, 6
3 levels
levels.
of Warlock.
What?
To get to the second level spells.
Oh yeah, 3 levels of Warlock. Oh yeah. What pact? Fae?
Yeah.
Fey pack.
I'd go Fae for the charm type stuff. Charming. So 3 levels of Warlock.
6 levels of Monk with the Way of the Shadow. And we have to go, was it 2 or 3 levels to get to Swashbuckler?
You'd have to go 3.
Okay.
So if you're going 3, might as well go 4. I mean
For the stat bump.
for the stat bump, and then 4 levels of Battlemaster.
Okay.
So we're making him, 12th level and just do 4, 4, 4?
No, it's 6, 4, 4, 4.
Oh, 6, 4, 4. Okay.
So he's 18th level.
He's an X-Man. It's all good.
Wait, 6, 4?
6 Shadow,
Uh-huh.
4 Warlock, 4 Rogue, 4 Battlemaster.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's been in like 3 different teams. Come on.
Oh, yeah, he's got the XP bank, I'm sure.
He's been an Excalibur, he's been an X-Men. Is he
I don't know.
an
I just
X
throw it out.
Factor?
No, I don't know if he's been in the 3rd team or not. I just throw it out there.
Oh.
It sounded more impressive than 2. Thanks, Ted. Thanks for pissing on my parade.
I gotta. So,
All right. I mean, that's appropriate for X-Man level. And one of the things that people... I saw something about, there's... a viewer request is coming up about the single class stuff. Like, someone's using no variants. And I was like, well, that's not really what... your character falling into one of the 12 archetypes and always falling into one of the 12 archetypes is really unrealistic. Because we're all individuals and we all do things differently. So the characters are just the explanation for that. So it sounds kind of ridiculous that he's, 5 classes? 4 classes?
4.
4 classes, but that's kind of what my whoa, that many? But then I thought, well, he's Nightcrawler. How are we supposed to explain what he does in D&D?
And it's not like you walk around going, I'm a fighter, Warlock,
No,
Rogue,
he's freaking Nightcrawler.
Monk.
So as a Warlock, he needs Charisma. As a fighter and rogue, he needs Dex. And as a monk, he needs Dex and Wisdom. But 3 stats at 13 is not really a big deal.
No.
So.
Yeah, so not a problem.
So there you go. What do you?
Background.
No. Background.
Oh, background. Okay, well.
Do you want to say Acolyte?
No, I'm going to say Entertainer.
Entertainer.
Yeah?
In the Nuremberg Circus, he was a tightrope walker.
Circus
Okay.
performer.
Yeah, he's religious, but he's not trained religious.
Right.
He's like he's a follower,
Right.
not
He might have knowledge religion, but he was in the circus. So
Yeah, so as long as he
Entertainer.
takes that, then that would be good.
So I wonder, how many skills does he end up with?
A lot, right? If he takes it in the right order, he's not taking rogue first, so he's going to get one from them.
right. Warlock and fighter don't give any extra. So if we start off with monk, that's 3.
No, Battlemaster does.
Does Battlemaster give a
Well, they
skill?
get like a tool proficiency.
Yeah, they get
Okay.
a tool proficiency.
Yeah, 3rd they get a tool proficiency.
I would totally see this guy using one of his many feats to take skilled. It just seems to.
A duelist. The duelist feat definitely makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the duelist feat, you said the mariner that gives him the climb speed.
To climb, and if he's only wearing light armor, he also
Right.
gets a bump to armor class.
Right, which that's totally his style.
It also gives him this the swim speed, which isn't as big deal, but it just overall speaks to his athleticism.
right.
Yeah.
I feel like this character might actually have athletics and acrobatics.
Yeah, I would say so. Absolutely.
He's a performer. Is
Right.
performer still skill?
I don't believe so.
They took it away.
They took it away.
Son of a bitch. So
Isn't it? It's not performance? Or is performance like your persuasion skill?
I'm not sure.
There's a skill at which you do something, which is based on what the actual thing represents. Like if you're doing an entertainment thing, the persuasion is like what you use to make it look good. Like, how much money are you going to pay me, kind of thing.
Yeah. I need to know if there's a performance skill now or not.
I don't believe there are.
Yeah, I don't remember because it's not really one that I take all that often.
Well, let's just say that the entertainer would have it if it's available. Oh, and it is available. Performance.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Performer
thought it was.
is not, though.
So so he probably has performance. He probably has athletics. He probably has acrobatics.
He gets acrobatics for entertainer. So he gets performance and acrobatics from entertainer. So now he's
Totally
got
fits him.
athletics is one of his skills he chooses.
We're going to take knowledge religion.
Knowledge religion is another skill. And he's got one or two more. Well, he's going to have a tool proficiency, which I don't know what that would actually be. Would that be just another language instead?
It could be whatever.
Can we just switch that up?
No,
and say,
no.
like, studies?
He's a pilot.
Okay.
I would. I think you could switch the vehicle's air from a tool proficiency.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
They're interchangeable. So yeah, I would give him vehicle's air.
Yeah, you're just using a giant tool to
So
not die by crashing.
So the background's going to give him acrobatics and performance.
Yeah.
And then as a monk, he's going to take knowledge religion, athletics, and what else?
Perception.
Perception. All right. And so then as when he gets to his first level of rogue, he gets another skill. I would say stealth.
Yeah, absolutely, that works.
Yeah. Okay.
And when do you get these tools when you take rogue, or you still have to, or do you have to take
you get
them?
it.
So
you get thieves tools, thieves tools, and a skill of your choice. I don't know how much lock picking he's done, but you get it.
Yeah. So he can basically like teleport around the battlefield and sneak attack people with a rapier.
Right. If you play by these rules.
If you play by those rules. So we needed archetype, so we said swashbuckler, which means he gets to sneak attack pretty much all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's somebody near me. I can stab. Oh, there's not anyone near me. I can stab.
Yeah, or I can throw something. I wonder if that was a typo and it was just written poorly, and like you lose your ability to sneak with range is what I feel like it should be.
Right.
I really think a good rogue is just going to get sneak attack every single time. I don't remember many rounds where a rogue that I've either seen playing or, was a DM for playing has not gotten sneak attack. So
Well, yeah, but you still want.
it's really not that huge of a benefit.
No, you still want there to be a conditional thing that they have to set it up.
Right.
You have to have the enemy has to be unaware. You have to have an ally near the enemy. If you're right, it is easy to sneak attack every round, but you still have to be able to do it.
Right.
If someone's 30 feet away from you and you don't have any, and you're in your group, your party has an advance hit, you can't sneak attack as the rogue.
Right.
So to me, it's important to have at least some condition that they have to set up, or something that would deny them, like hey, you can't sneak attack because you can't get to them.
Right.
Is at least something.
Right.
So why you can say I haven't seen it, but there are rounds where it'll come up where you can't.
Yeah, it happens.
Make it
every so
happen.
often.
So I mean that's just my opinion on that.
All right. So did we cover them?
I think so. We didn't touch on the stats. I don't know if there's any other.
Well, I mean, typically when we do the D&D eyes, we're creating class levels, for a character that's out there. So they're always above what would be the normal. So you can't really fill in a stat array. He's super dexterous. He's even though he's blue, he's somewhat charismatic. He's got a decent wisdom. I don't know whether he's
Strength's at least above average, right?
I would say, well, basically for any superhero, they're always going to all their stats are above average. It's what's going to be
They all
exceptional.
start at 12, and then you just move it up from there.
Yeah.
I
there's the exceptions to the rules, like Charles Xavier, probably not rocking a high dex or strength.
Yeah, I probably agree with that. But,
So the little things like being wheelchair bound.
So, what do you guys think? Is there something that we missed, or is there something that you disagree with? Go ahead and put it in the comments below. While you're doing that, feel free to click like, share, even subscribe.
You can check us out over on Nerdarchy.com.
Let's join the conversation over on Reddit.
So until next time, stay nerdy.
Oh.
Yeah, because I can just bamf, and have the books appear, right?
Yeah. So there's been a little bit of side discussion on this one about the race, and like Tiefling seems obvious.
That's where I would go in a heartbeat. You've got the odd skin color, you've got the tail, and it's solid.
And I was thinking the lad from the
Nightcrawler had like a four-part miniseries. It was his own comic, utterly silly, utterly ridiculous. But I had it because I liked Nightcrawler.
You should do a reading. Read that series right on the internet.
Yeah. Let's have a live reading coming up.
I have to find
Because I haven't read them, so
Yeah, so read it to us, Ted. Right now, we're not going to D&Dize this character. Ted's going to read to us. Hey guys, Dave here from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with the crew.
I'm Ted.
I'm Nate.
And today we have a non-viewer request from my son, who wants us to D&Dize one of the X-Men, in this case, Nightcrawler.
I love Nightcrawler. I've been a big fan of him, for many, many years. Way back in the day, I actually used to read the X comics, and the place that I used to shop for comics. And the one day, the guy Scott, who I would always see, is like, "Oh, did you hear about this series?" And there was like
DMG. So
Because they get Misty Step.
And they got the pointed ears. You can kind of make them a little off.
So is he a sorcerer and he cast wild magic and turned blue?
Yeah, why not?
That would work, except for I don't see him being a...
A spellcaster.
Well, what if he had one level of chaos magic?